think it's working now. But I had to give it a few minutes before I could actually get the buffering sorted out. So we're just a few minutes behind, but let's just begin. Let's start watching.
Angela Bassett in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Which there's no surprise there because that's like the front runner right now. But it's great that Hong Chau also got nominated because I think she's it'd be cool if she won. I really like her a lot in The Whale. And there's another front runner. And that's awesome that she got nominated. Because that's, I would like to see, I mean, all of those nominees are really good. But it's cool that, because Jamie Lee Curtis has been getting most of the attention, it's great the other actress also got nominated. Yeah, there's the start of Babylon getting its Oscar nominations despite not being a critically acclaimed movie, but I'm assuming it's going to have a lot of love at the Oscars. Nice.
Riz, given the extraordinary sound design on your film, Sound of Metal, why don't you take this next category?
Got it. Well, here are the nominees for achievement in sound. All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar, The Way of Water. The Batman.
Nice. Yes. Let's get some Batman in there.
And Top Gun Maverick.
This is going to be a fun year where there's going to be a lot of bouncing back for the technical awards between Avatar and Top Gun.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
All Quiet's getting the nominees. And there's Babylon again. But I actually kind of had Babylon as a frontrunner for original score.
And The Fabelmans.
Nice. John Williams again.
And now we have the first of the two award categories that honor writers. The first is Adapted Screenplay.
Here we go.
The nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front.
Huge frontrunner for this award. Women Talking, to me, is going to be the one that wins. There's Glass Onion.
Living, written by Kazuo Ishiguro.
Alright.
And Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick got in there. Look at that. Whoa, this kind of changes things for Best Picture.
And Women Talking.
No She Said for Adapted Screenplay, but Top Gun Maverick got a nomination. That's wild.
Original screenplay.
It's gotten nominations elsewhere, but that kind of changes things a little bit for who the frontrunners are for that Oscar now. I mean, I don't think Top Gun Maverick's going to win the Oscar for Best Picture, but it really shows where the love's at for that movie.
Written by Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner. Tar, written by Todd Field. And Triangle of Sadness, written by Ruben Östlund.
Almost no surprises with the original screenplay category.
Now, it's with great pleasure that I get to announce this year's nominees for Best Live Action Short Film. An Irish Goodbye. Ifalu. Les Pupilles. Night Ride. And The Red Suitcase.
But where's Taylor Swift?
Are now the nominees for Best Animated Short Film. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse.
Awesome title.
The Flying Sailor. Ice Merchants. My Year of Dicks.
Awesome title again.
And an ostrich told me the world is fake and I think I believe it.
10 out of 10 titles.
No comment. Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a supporting role. Brendan Gleeson in The Banshees of Inisherin.
This should be in our category where there's really no
Brian
surprises.
Tyree Henry in
Except for maybe that, but...
Judd Hirsch in The Fablemans.
Very cool, yeah, that's awesome.
Barry Keoghan in The Banshees of Inisherin. And Ki Hui Kwan in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
There's the winner, by the way. I would be shocked if he didn't win.
Riz, this is a delight. I don't want this to end. I have to say it's much easier working with you than Megan. She is tricky.
Yeah, I heard that she's tricky. But she's not around, is she? You
Uh,
promised me that she wouldn't be around? 'Cause
yeah,
I
yeah.
get
Yeah,
freaked
yeah, yeah.
out by
She's, no, we should be good. We're good.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, we'll be right back because in just a few minutes we've got more nominee announcements coming up.
Oh, we gotta wait? Maybe I can skip through some of this.
These, kind of major awards that she's getting nominated. I think that.
But I think, like, honestly, that biggest surprise of that group so far, not knowing much about the animation or live action category, has got to be Top Gun Maverick for adapted screenplay. That is really, that's a big deal that they got that.
And from Top Gun Maverick.
That was my front runner for original song, but
From Black Panther.
the song from Pinocchio, no, not that one. There's
From our
that one, Natu Natu. That one keeps winning. So
This is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I don't know if will Natu Natu win
Now,
again
next up,
at the
nominees for Best
Oscars because it won the
Documentary
Golden
Feature
Globe and the Critics' Choice Award.
All That Breathes. All the Beauty and the Bloodshed.
I really don't know much about this category this year, but I do wonder if Moonage Daydream is going to get nominated and win.
A House Made of Splinters. And Navalny.
No Moonage Daydream, so I guess, yeah, I don't know much about that category this
For
year.
Best Documentary Short Film. The Elephant Whisperers.
I don't know that.
Call Out.
I'm still reeling from that adapted screenplay nomination. That's
Measure a Year.
I didn't have any frontrunners for the Oscar for Best Picture that were gonna get in the adapted screenplay category. I thought Women Talking would get nominated for Best Picture.
For Best International
I figured
Feature.
All Quiet on the Western Front could get nominated for Best Picture.
All Quiet on the Western Front, Germany.
And I also thought
Argentina, 1985. Argentina. Close, Belgium.
Top Gun Maverick would get nominated for Best Picture, but I did not think it was gonna get Best Adapted Screenplay.
Quiet Girl.
See, this is the surprising thing, is as much love as there was around RRR, it didn't even get an international film nomination at the Oscars, which is just ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
I think that's gonna win.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes Up. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
But that is my favorite animated film this year, is Puss in Boots. No Turning Red? Oh wait, no, Turning Red. Yeah, never mind. I guess I didn't know the alphabet for a second.
Here are the nominees for achievement in makeup and hairstyling.
Sorry to all the Henry Selick fans out there.
All Quiet on the Western Front. The Batman.
Nice. Good to see the Batman again.
Panther, Wakanda Forever. Elvis. And The Whale.
No horror movies. No X. No Barbarian. But as it goes.
Here are the nominees for achievement in production design. All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar, The Way of Water. Babylon. Elvis. And The Fablemans.
Nice.
The nominees for
I don't really have a
achievement
thought
in
of like who
film
could win in that
are
group, but I almost wonder if Babylon could win it.
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Babylon's production design is really good. It's just that the movie was not acclaimed. But of course, you know, the Oscars are giving it attention.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Tar. And Top Gun Maverick.
You know, sometimes film editing is about just
Next up,
the expertise of moving the film along, not about how crazy you can get with the editing. But in this case, for this year, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I mean, if it doesn't win Best Editing, that will be a travesty.
Empire of Light
Wow. Like,
and Tar.
what? No Top Gun Maverick in there.
And now, achievement in visual effects.
No Avatar in there. Holy.
All
Holy.
quiet on the Western Front.
Of that group, I don't even know who would win.
Water.
There's probably a front runner I don't know about for cinematography, but like that's
Black
shocking.
Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Everybody watching this section of visual effects, if you don't think Avatar: The Way of Water is going to win, come on.
It's time for our final four awards. Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a leading role. Austin Butler in Elvis. Colin Farrell in The Banshees of Inisherin.
What if Brendan Fraser just didn't get nominated?
Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
Yeah.
Paul Mescal in After Sun.
A lot of attention is going towards
And Bill Nye in Living.
yeah, I wasn't sure about who would be the fifth one, but it turns out it's Paul Mescal, and there were some people making that call last night, so that makes sense.
Kate Blanchett in Tar.
But I'm guessing All Quiet on the Western Front is going to get a Best Picture nominee, and will probably win. Ooh, I don't know that one.
Michelle Williams in The Fablemans.
Nice.
And Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere.
Nice. Yeah, that I don't know what that other movie even was. I don't know if I've heard that name come up, but
And the nominees are Martin McDonagh, The Banshees of Inisherin. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. Everything, Everywhere.
to me that is my front runner for winning this one would be the
Steven Spielberg,
Daniels.
The Fablemans.
But those three movies right there are just the top three movies to possibly win Best Picture this year.
And Ruben Östlund, Triangle of Sadness.
Whoa! So Triangle of Sadness is getting a Best Picture nominee.
Final category.
That's the end of it, right?
The 10 nominees for Best Motion Picture of the
Whoa!
year.
All Quiet on the Western Front. Melted
So there's the winner of International Picture.
Avatar: The Way of Water. James Cameron and John Landau produced.
I wonder if 10 movies are getting nominated this
The
year.
Banshees of Inisherin. Graham Broadbent.
There's room for 10 movies, but they don't always do 10 movies.
Elvis, Baz Luhrmann, Catherine Martin, Gail Berman, Patrick McCormick, and Skylar Weiss producers.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Daniel Kwan, Daniel Scheinert.
Personally, I think the Banshees will win Best Picture, but
The Fablemans. Christy McCosco.
yeah, it looks like there's gonna be 9.
Tar. Todd Field, Alexander Milshon, and Scott Lambert, producers.
Unless they're trying to trick me with the way they're lining these up.
Maverick, Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, David Ellison.
I mean, it's a big deal that that movie got an adapted screenplay nominee.
Triangle of Sadness.
Wow,
Hemmendorf.
that is incredible.
And Women Talking.
So there are 10 nominees. There we go. We don't get it every year, but it's really cool that we got 10 nominees. There's not a movie that didn't get nominated for Best Picture that I thought was going to get nominated for Best Picture.
Snubs here. James Cameron, no mention for Best Director.
Yeah, he didn't get in with that one. But I think what's interesting is that what I didn't see coming, but this Oscar is going to be about All Quiet on the Western Front. I think they are going to be the sneaker, the X.
he's not wrong. All Quiet on the Western Front is getting a lot of attention, and I think I'm not. That's not surprising after the BAFTA nominees. It's just that as far as like international picture goes, a movie that we were talking about almost the entire year was RRR. But it's just weird because it's like, is that movie just too different for the Oscars? Is it just too weird of a movie for them to nominate? But then gave it the best original song category, and also this is the year of Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a much weirder movie, but that movie's been able to push through the entire awards season, which I'm grateful for because I want a movie like that to win Best Picture, to get recognition. But it's weird because I did think that RRR was going to get that International Picture nominee and also get a Best Picture nominee. So the fact that it didn't get either is like, wow, that it really ended up forgetting about that movie in the end. All Quiet on the Western Front, yeah, I mean, it got tons of BAFTA nominations and a lot of technical awards to be nominated for, so I guess it makes sense that it managed to get a Best Picture nomination, and now we know who will win International Picture. But yeah, I think the biggest surprise to me is that Triangle of Sadness managed to get through. Not that Triangle of Sadness was never considered a front runner, but based on what I was looking at, it didn't seem like that movie was going to pull through. But I think the reason that it managed to do so was because it did get the nomination in the screenplay category and then the direction category. And, some of those Best Picture movies didn't even get nominated for Best Director. So it makes me wonder, like, is that movie now a front runner for Best Picture? Like, shouldn't the movies that are nominated for Best Director kind of be the top 5 front runners for Best Picture? I mean, not necessarily. There's years where, like, a movie, back when they only had 5 in the Best Picture category, there would be years where a Best Picture nominee wouldn't get the director nominee. And I'm sure there were cases even way back in the day where a movie didn't get a director nomination at all, but managed to win Best Picture. But, before doing any of that research, I'll say that, at this point, if the category's been expanded to 10, I kind of doubt that a movie that's nominated for Best Picture but not for Best Director is somehow a bigger front runner for winning Best Picture versus the ones that got nominated for Best Director. Technically, still my top 3 front runners are Fabelmans, Banshees, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. And if I go back to who won Best Director or got a nomination for Best Director, I don't think All Quiet on the Western Front got one. So that's not, as much as that's a big deal of a movie now and it's got tons of other awards that it's been nominated for, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a front runner for Best Picture because it didn't get the direction nomination. But Triangle of Sadness did. That's so interesting. Now I have to see that movie. That was one that I've been holding off seeing because from the trailer it looked, like, oh, this could be a hilarious movie, but it might just gross me out also. It didn't seem like the type of movie that I was going to have to worry about seeing for the Oscars, but now that it's got these nominations, I'm like, well, I'll try to give it a watch before the Oscar ceremony comes. But yeah, those, in the left column right there, those 3 movies are my front runners, and All Quiet on the Western Front didn't get a nomination there. But with these, yeah, Women Talking, I think, still will win the Adapted Screenplay Award, but All Quiet on the Western Front might be able to do it because it got that nomination. And now that it's got this Best Picture nomination on top of the International Picture nomination and all the other technical awards, it might be able to do it. It's crazy that Danielle Deadwyler didn't get nominated. Andrea Riseborough apparently self-funded her Oscar campaign, and it somehow paid off. Well, that's how it goes, though. Sometimes it's all about those campaigns. But it is surprising that it was somebody who just self-funded it, really? Wow, that's um and you're saying, oh, so that was for Till. Yeah, now that you're mentioning that, I actually am shocked that she didn't get her nomination. And this Andrea Riseborough, let's check out what she was in, because this movie, I I didn't recognize this movie even, just from what I've been seeing of other Oscar or other award shows. I haven't seen that this movie has come up a lot. To Leslie, yeah, this is yeah. So I'm on the Wikipedia page now, and it looks like it got a Chicago Film Critics Association Award nomination, and Andrea Riseborough has won twice at two different award ceremonies, one of them being an international film festival, and another one called the Rain Dance Film Festival, but almost nothing else. So that's okay. Let's see here. While not widely seen or regarded as a serious awards contender, To Leslie garnered attention after dozens of celebrities endorsed the film, and Riseborough's performance on social media and hosted screenings during the voting period in the Academy Award nominations in January 2023, resulting in the nomination for Academy Award for Best Actress. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's dumb. So we're all agreeing though that that's not deserved. Maybe. I mean, the movie has fantastic reviews. 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Um, just as a quick measure of that movie for if it's being well received or not. I haven't seen the movie, but that's really weird that she somehow got in there. And I did forget about Till, which at a point, I think at one point it was even getting some different. One of the screenplay nominations, I think they were talking about Till possibly getting one. Unfortunately, that movie was in our theater for only like a week, but it got really good reviews. But I didn't even get a chance to see it. So I mean, that's unfortunate. I only ever saw one trailer for it, but I know that a lot of people were praising Daniel Deadweiler in that movie. It's like, yeah, that's the one I guess I forgot about as far as Best Actress goes, and that's really too bad that somebody else basically got a bunch of celebrities in uh, L.A. to get her that nomination, which that's kind of how it goes sometimes, but it just it shows you that wow, campaigning really matters with the Oscars, and almost to a point where it's I don't think it's rigging, but it's that kind of stuff can happen. I hope the Elvis movie wins a couple Oscars. I do too. I think it has a chance with some of the different technical awards that it was nominated for. Um, Beyond that, I don't think it got a Best Director nomination. I keep forgetting the Best Director nominations. Uh, Maybe I could just go to the Wikipedia page and just see the nominations now.
Yeah. The 10 nominees.
Yeah, so like Elvis didn't get a direction nomination, and I don't expect Elvis to be doing much as far as like a Best Picture win, but some of those technical awards, Best Costume Design, I think it got makeup and hair. It could possibly win those. I mean, it's definitely a front runner. Production design as well. Um, Austin Butler nominated for Best Actor as well. And I think Butler could be a front runner, but in my opinion, I think he's actually the third front runner because I do think Brendan Fraser is going to win. I could see that one also possibly not going to him as a big sort of shock for some of the viewers who are hoping he'll win. Uh, because another huge front runner is Colin Farrell. And to me, I think Colin Farrell would be winning before Austin Butler's winning. But that doesn't put Austin Butler, out of the conversation. He's, to me, a third front runner, but a lot of people, I mean, he is their front runner, and he won the Golden Globe for Best Actor. But Brendan Fraser won the Critics' Choice Award, so I mean, that could be a surprising category, but I do think there is a lot of competition in all those acting categories this year, where it's really tough. No matter how comfortable I feel with some of my locks for those winners, man, those that's where a lot of the surprises will come from. It'll be those categories. Um, Yeah, I do wonder about that too. Austin Butler winning because Lisa Marie Presley did just recently pass away. He probably will mention her if he won, but I do wonder too if people are going to give him some more attention just because she recently died. I just want to say, like, just from my view of it, she passed away, and I haven't seen a whole lot of talk about her passing away since she has passed away. So I don't know if, like, her passing away is going to cause this effect where then Elvis kind of pushes through as a big Oscar contender that possibly can win all these awards, including Austin Butler for Best Actor. I don't know if that push is going to happen, because that can happen sometimes where someone passes away. It pushes not just if like the actor themselves passes away, it can push it through for a big win, or if someone related to the production dies, it gets just the conversation around that movie. It becomes much bigger than it initially was, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna. It'd be interesting though if Austin Butler does end up winning, and I'm sure he will bring up the Presley family for sure. Um, I don't have much else to say. I'll just say that yeah, I still think Women Talking will win adapted screenplay. We'll see how I feel in a couple. Maybe in a couple weeks I'll change my mind. I don't make my final ballot until like the day before usually. And Triangle of Sadness, that's a big deal that's in there, and that it got a direction nomination and a screenplay nomination. And I think it's really cool that Top Gun Maverick got an adapted screenplay nomination. It really shows that people in the Academy dig that movie. I'm gonna have to go read some articles about some actual uh, snubs because I'm not gonna remember everything off the top of my head. But for the most part, there's not many surprises to me. It's more surprising some of the movies that managed to push through. I am surprised they actually have 10 nominations this year. Um, Last year they might have also, but I just know not every year they have 10. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I think the Best Picture win is going to be a race between Top Gun Maverick or Elvis. I don't agree, but I mean, it could be that year, though. I mean, Top Gun Maverick could be that big movie that, it was such a big deal for theaters, especially. Might be a big deal for the Oscar voters as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to end it here, and I'm sure we'll talk more about Oscars later on.